Beginning the call no one else answered. Jonah Cade had been officially dead for 3 years. At least, that was what the United Planetary Accord's record said. His name sat quietly in an archived casualty list under non-combat losses, a convenient classification for people the galaxy wanted to forget. Jonah didn't correct them. Being dead made life simpler. He lived on Karthus Station now, a rusted, rotating trade hub on the edge of civilized space where laws blurred and memories went to disappear. Jonah worked maintenance, patching hull fractures and recalibrating failing gravlifts. It was honest, lonely work, and he preferred it that way. Heroes didn't survive long out here. That was why he ignored the message at first. The signal cut through his personal comm while he was halfway through replacing a plasma conduit. It wasn't encrypted in any standard human format. The frequency alone made his tools vibrate faintly. He frowned and muted it. Then it came again. And again. Persistent. Desperate. Jonah sighed, wiped grease from his hands, and accepted the transmission. The hologram that flickered to life nearly made him drop his tools. They were not human. 3 figures appeared, tall and slender, their forms wrapped in layered bioluminescent robes that pulsed softly with emotion. Their skin shimmered like polished stone underwater, and their eyes, too many of them, focused on Jonah with unsettling intensity. He recognized the species immediately. Volari, Jonah muttered. You've got the wrong number. One of them stepped forward. Its voice resonated directly inside his skull, translated flawlessly. Jonah Cade, former rescue operative, survivor of the Helios breach. You are not dead. Jonah's jaw tightened. That's classified. So was our child. That got his attention. The Volari were an ancient species, biologically fragile, but technologically unparalleled in genetic and neurological sciences. They rarely interacted directly with humans. When they did, it was never casually. Explain, Jonah said. The central Volari's robes dimmed slightly, a sign of distress. Our child is dying. None of us can save her. You are our last remaining option. Jonah laughed once, harsh and humorless. You want a doctor, or a scientist, or one of your own. We want a human, the Volari replied. We want you, the child who shouldn't exist. The Volari Homeworld lyrics was unlike anything Jonah had seen, even during his years with Deep Space Rescue. The planet glowed faintly from orbit, its surface threaded with living cities grown rather than built. Energy flowed through organic channels, humming softly beneath the atmosphere. Jonah stood in the central healing sanctum, arms crossed, feeling profoundly out of place. In the center of the chamber lay the child. She was small, even by Volari standards. Her skin flickered weakly between shades of pale blue and silver, her bioluminescence uneven and unstable. Transparent filaments traced her body, artificial augmentations woven into her biology. She's modified, Jonah said quietly. Yes, one of the Volari elders replied. She was born with a genetic divergence incompatible with our neural network. Jonah frowned. Then why is she still alive? Because we tried to fix her. The elder gestured and holographic data bloomed around them. Genetic maps, neural resonance patterns, energy flow simulations. Jonah didn't understand most of it, but one thing was clear. They had overcorrected. You integrated human neural adaptability, Jonah realized slowly. Didn't you? The Volari elder shifted, robes pulsing uneasily. Your species possesses an anomaly, the central elder said. Your minds are resilient to contradiction, to emotional overload, to chaos. Jonah swallowed. So you made her part human. Only partially, the elder corrected. Enough to stabilize her cognition. Jonah looked back at the child. She opened her eyes. They were human eyes.
Brown.
Focused. Afraid. His chest tightened painfully. "What's her name?" he asked. "We call her Sail." Sail looked directly at Jonah, her gaze locking onto his with startling clarity. "You're loud," she said softly. The Volari froze. Jonah felt his breath catch. "Loud how?" "In here," Sail replied, tapping her temple weakly. "But not like the others. You're warm." Jonah knelt beside her without thinking. Why the Volari couldn't save her. The Volari explained over the next several hours. Sail's hybrid neurology required emotional regulation, something the Volari had evolved beyond millions of years ago. Their minds functioned in harmonic consensus. Conflict, strong individual emotion, and subjective attachment were foreign concepts. Human children learned to regulate emotions through connection, conflict, and care. Volari children did not. Sail was overwhelmed, her mind burning itself out under the weight of unprocessed sensation. "We need a caregiver," Jonah said slowly. "Not a surgeon." "We tried that," the elder said. "Our presence destabilizes her further." Jonah understood then. To the Volari, Sail was a system to be fixed. To a human, she was a child. "And you think I can help," Jonah said. "We believe you can teach her to survive being herself." Jonah looked at Sail again. She reached out weakly and wrapped her small fingers around his sleeve. "Don't go," she whispered. Something old and buried cracked open inside him. Middle, becoming what she needed. Jonah stayed. At first, it was awkward. He didn't know Volari customs, and they didn't understand human ones. He spoke aloud when they preferred neural exchange. He touched Sail when physical contact was nearly ceremonial to them. But Sail responded. Her bioluminescence steadied when Jonah was near. Her neural spikes softened. She slept for the first time in days when he sat beside her and talked about Car the Station, about broken machines, about nothing at all. "Why do you make noises when you're sad?" she asked one night. Jonah blinked. "You mean crying?" She nodded. "It leaks out." He smiled faintly. "Yeah, it does." "Is it dangerous?" "Sometimes," Jonah said. "But not crying itself. Holding it in is worse." Sail considered this carefully. Over weeks, Jonah taught her small, human things, how to breathe through fear, how to name emotions instead of drowning in them, how to rest without guilt. The Volari watched in awe. But not everyone was pleased. The objection the Volari High Conclave summoned Jonah after the first month. "Your influence is altering her developmental trajectory," one elder stated. "She is becoming individual." Jonah crossed his arms. "That's kind of the point. Individuality leads to instability," another argued. "Your species thrives on chaos." "Thrives might be a strong word," Jonah muttered. "But we survive it." The central elder's gaze hardened. "She is Volari." Jonah leaned forward. "She's also human enough to suffer the way we do. You don't get to ignore that just because it makes you uncomfortable." Silence rippled through the chamber. "If her divergence worsens," the elder said carefully, "we may be forced to intervene." Jonah felt a chill. "Intervene how?" The elder did not answer. That night, Jonah slept beside Sail's resting pod. For the first time since Helios, he dreamed. The truth about Helios' Sail grew stronger, but so did her questions. "You're broken," she said one morning, not unkindly. Jonah chuckled. "Most people are." "No," she insisted. "You're cracked in one place. It hurts you when you think about fire." Jonah went very still. She looked worried. "Did I do wrong?" "No," he said quickly. "You didn't." Helios had been a mining colony. A reactor breach. Hundreds trapped. Jonah had been part of the rescue team that arrived too late. He had carried children who never woke up. Sail listened quietly as he told her. Simplified, careful. Why did you keep helping after? She asked. Jonah swallowed. Because stopping would have meant they died for nothing. Sale reached out and touched his hand. Then stay, she said. If you stop now, I'll be for nothing too. He couldn't argue with that. When the galaxy found out the problem with miracles was that they attracted attention. Word spread, quietly at first, then louder. A human successfully stabilizing a Volari hybrid child. A cross-species caregiving success no one had predicted. Other powers noticed. A corporate envoy arrived, offering assistance. Jonah sent them away. A military observer followed, citing security concerns. The Volari dismissed them. Then came the Accord, an official delegation, armed with treaties and smiles. She's part human, the ambassador said smoothly. That makes her a shared jurisdiction case. Jonah felt anger flare. She's a kid, not property. The ambassador's smile didn't reach his eyes. She's a prototype. That night, Sale screamed. Her bioluminescence flared violently, neural readings spiking beyond safe thresholds. She's reacting to the political pressure, Jonah shouted at the healers. She can feel it. She is destabilizing, the conclave declared. Your presence is no longer sufficient. Jonah stood between them and the child. Then you'll have to go through me. The last option, the solution, was dangerous. Experimental. Unprecedented. Sale's human-adapted neurology could survive outside Volari harmonic space, but only if fully committed. She'll lose access to your network, Jonah warned. She'll be alone. She will be alive, the elder replied. The conclave hesitated. Sale looked up at Jonah. Will you be alone too? Jonah smiled sadly. Not if you come with me. The Volari recoiled. You would take her away from her people? Jonah met their gaze. You already pushed her away. I'm just catching her. After a long, silent deliberation, the conclave agreed. Sale would leave Lyrics. With Jonah. Ending, a different kind of hero car. The station had never seen anything like her. Sale wore a stabilizing field bracelet and a small cloak Jonah insisted on. Because it looks cool, he told her. She asked questions nonstop. She laughed loudly. She cried when she scraped her knee. She lived. Jonah filed paperwork to re-register himself among the living. He took a transport job, nothing dangerous. Nothing heroic. One night, as they watched ships drift past the viewport, Sale leaned against him. You saved me, she said. Jonah shook his head. No. You did the hard part. She smiled. Then you're my human. He felt something settle inside him, a quiet, enduring warmth. Far away, the Volari observed, learning something they never had before. That survival was not about perfection. Sometimes it was about one flawed human standing up when no one else could, and choosing to stay.